It's an idea the U.S. has supported unofficially for years, but no president has ever before stated it as policy.
The borders of Israel and Palestine should be based on the 1967 lines with mutually agreed swaps, so that secure and recognized borders are established for both states.
In return, Obama called on the Palestinians to guarantee Israel's security and recognize its identity as a Jewish state. Those 1967 borders were in place before the Six-Day War, in which Israel captured the Golan Heights, the Sinai Peninsula, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip from its neighbors. Since then, nearly 500,000 Israeli Jews have settled in those areas, and giving that land back to create a Palestinian state is an idea Israel rejects. Mr. Obama's statement puts pressure on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on the eve of a high-profile visit to the United States. Immediately after the speech, Netanyahu called the idea indefensible. But Mr. Obama had plenty to anger the Palestinians too, calling for a non-militarized Palestinian state, criticizing the Palestinian unity agreement between Fatah and extremist group Hamas, and trying to head off their plans to seek recognition at the UN General Assembly.
Symbolic actions to isolate Israel at the United Nations in September won't create an independent state.
The initial Palestinian reaction was positive, but they had a key question.
What will be the American role in getting Mr. Netanyahu to accept this?
The president's balancing act gave a little to each side, but one observer says Mr. Obama may have been too careful not to stick his neck out.
I think he didn't want to displease any particular constituency, but what that meant was that he wasn't going to take a lot of risks. And when you're not willing to take risks on the Middle East, you're probably not going to make a lot of news.
Mr. Obama will have two more chances this week to define his policy on the Mideast, a meeting Friday at the White House with Prime Minister Netanyahu, and a major speech to the Jewish lobbying group AIPAC this weekend. But even as President Obama was delivering his speech here at the State Department, Israel announced approval for more construction of settlements, another indication that the peace process is in big trouble. Jill Doherty, CNN, the State Department.